Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is April and I'm a spiritual mentor and awakening guide, here to guide you and support you through the stages of your awakening journey. This YouTube channel is an extension of my online mentorship program and course entitled Soul Awakened. To learn more about my program and all the mentorship services I offer, you can follow the links in my bio to learn more and see if the program is right for you. This page will be developed over time as I'm called to share more messages to help support others like you who are feeling lost, confused, or not sure where to turn for help on their awakening journey. So today's topic is one that is a little bit more woo-woo, so it may be more appropriate for people who are further along on their spiritual path or their awakening journey. And the topic today is being a divine channel and how to power up your spiritual gifts to connect and receive guidance from not only your inner being, but from the spiritual realm. Today's topic is an important one for anyone wishing to grow in their spiritual gifts, tune into their inner voice, and supercharge their ability to pull the magic of the spirit realm down into this human existence. This topic is also relevant for those who are further along on their spiritual path and who have begun to awaken to their spiritual gifts, psychic gifts, creative talents, and divine downloads. For me personally, once I learned how to channel and pull the wisdom, creativity, and magic down from the heavenly realms into my human experience, it was a game changer. My ability to co-create with the universe and to bring my dreams and visions into reality exploded in a big way. Let me explain how. First, let's begin with what it means to be a creator, a divine creator, a co-creator with the universe. I want to clarify that we are all creators. We all have spiritual gifts and creative gifts. We are all here to use our gifts to serve the greater good. It's just that in some of us, these gifts are lying dormant because we haven't activated them yet, or we haven't learned how to tap into their highest potential. To be a divine creator, one must learn how to unlock your hidden gifts. Here are 3 key ways to do that. Number 1, tune in closely to your inner being. Secondly, listen to the guidance it's giving you. And third, follow the guidance you're given from a flow state or a state of ease and alignment. It's that easy, right? Well, it's actually a little trickier than it sounds, or at least it can be if you haven't had much practice with it. Ask anyone who's ever felt directionless or unsure of their purpose, and they will tell you that they don't know why they're here or what gifts they have to share. They will also tell you that they're not sure how to listen to their inner voice or connect with their inner being. Do you suppose there's any correlation? Of course there is, because the key to unlocking your gifts, to understanding why you're here and what you have to offer the world, is learning to connect with your inner being. It's there, trust me. Let me show you how to find it. I hope I can explain this in a way that will make it clear. I'm going to use an illustration that will hopefully show you how your inner being is connected to the spirit realm, and also how to tap into the wisdom and guidance of your inner being. The illustration I'm going to use is actually an illustration that was channeled to me by my higher self, so I thought it was appropriate for this particular lesson. To be a divine creator, as I mentioned, and to channel our gifts and use them to their highest potential, we must first tune in closely to our inner being. Our inner being is the part of ourselves that has the ability to move between realms and connect with divine wisdom and intelligence. It serves as the bridge between the human world and the spirit world. It is the part of ourselves that whispers to us when we have a gut instinct to do something, that guides us on making aligned decisions, and that plants seeds of ideas and inspirations into our minds to be carried out in our physical reality. Some call our inner being the soul, others call it the spirit, others call it the higher self. But in this lesson, I'm using the term inner being. Use whatever term makes sense to you. So let's take a look at this illustration and how our inner being bridges the gap. You can see here that this is you, and your inner being is the space here to the side that is not in your physical body, but part of your soul or spirit. So it exists in between worlds. It's tied to you as you're a living human being, but it's also tied to the spiritual realm. This kind of pink colored area around you is your auric field. And then you can see that you have your chakra systems form a direct line up to source, spirit, God, the divine, the creator, whatever term you want to use for that. So this is how it all connects. Your inner being connects to the spirit realm. It brings information, wisdom, and guidance, ideas, and inspiration down into your awareness. And it brings them into your awareness through your chakra system. Your crown chakra is the chakra that connects to divine wisdom. The crown, because it's in your head, is where you receive channeled messages and ideas and inspiration and guidance. Your sacral chakra down here is the center that is connected to creativity and wealth, for example. And your throat chakra is connected to your expression. So our chakras are like energetic receptors. They're like the radio channel where if we tune into what's happening here in the spirit realm through our inner being, they will receive information and guidance that we need to carry things out here in our physical reality. The chakra centers then pass this information along to us through our inner being and our awareness. So if you, let's say, receive an idea to create a business or a new project, it may come through your crown chakra, and then your inner being is going to bring that to you through your awareness, which I'll go into in a little bit. If you've ever heard of the quantum field or the universal mind, this is where we pull all of our guidance from. So essentially what you're doing when you tap into your inner being is you're accessing the quantum field, because the two are connected. This is the go-between between the physical world and the spirit world. And once you learn how to bridge that gap, you are able to pull down all of that wisdom and guidance and inspiration from the spirit realm to help make your existence here on earth more fruitful, more enjoyable, and more abundant. Okay, so that's a rundown of how our inner being works to enhance our creative gifts and to give us the wisdom and knowledge we need to live out our purpose here on earth. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside for right now. Next, the question becomes, how do you listen to what your inner voice is trying to tell you? How do you check in with this part of yourself? I will use myself as a point of reference here, but each of us has to find the way that works best for us. The way that I connect to my inner being and listen to its guidance may not be the same way that you do. Here are a few things that work for me. One is stillness, another is meditation, and another is being in a distraction-free environment such as nature. And I'll explain just a little bit about each one. But stillness is really important because when our minds are busy and we're distracted, there is no way that we can hear the guidance or the voice of our inner self because there's too much static getting in the way. Remember the analogy I gave with the radio frequency. It's like your radio frequency is all scrambled up and you're not able to tune into the right channel. So being in stillness is really important. Meditation is also something that I have found to be a very powerful tool for me to connect to my inner being and also to get myself into that meditative state where I'm not thinking and I'm not distracted by anything, but I am just present and I'm just being. And from that state, I can hear my inner voice speak to me. And then nature is the last thing that I mentioned. And nature is really powerful because we come from the earth. We were born as part of the earth. And so when you go out into nature, there's just something about it that brings you back to yourself and that allows you to connect with that inner part of yourself. When I do these practices, this is what I start to notice. In the stillness, I begin to hear a soft whisper. It's a voice that's kind of like my own thoughts, only it doesn't come from my head. It comes from my heart space or my gut. Sometimes the voice will be very distinct, loud almost, as if to catch my attention. And this usually happens when my inner being has something very important to share with me, such as the time that I was guided to write my first book or leave my 19-year marriage. Otherwise, on the average day, the guidance is more like a whisper or a soft murmur. April, why don't you try making this thing? Why don't you look into this solution or reach out to this person? Even in meditation, sometimes I will ask my higher self for a solution to a problem that I have been struggling with. For example, I might ask God or my higher self to show me how to expand in my business, where to showcase my art or writing, or what is the next step. Several times during meditation, the answer has then come through. If it's not right then it's usually the next day or two. Or my favorite one, which sounds kind of silly, is when I've lost something at home and I can't remember where I left it. I will ask my higher self to show me where it is. I will say, higher self, please show me where I left this thing. And it is freaking crazy, but within minutes, the answer comes to me and suddenly the location of that item drops into my awareness. These are the little things that I get excited about when I start to connect with the world beyond. As you can see, there is much to learn about this topic and much more that I could go into. It's somewhat of a process of trial and error to figure out what way works best for you and to hear that voice inside. After you receive the idea, information, or answer that you're seeking, the key then is to act on or follow the guidance you were given. You might question the guidance at first, but if it's something important, something that you're meant to do, your higher self will continue repeating that message over and over until you finally respond and heed the call. I hope this was helpful. If you'd like to learn more about connecting with your higher self or your inner being, developing your spiritual gifts, please check out my Soul Awakened course and one-on-one mentorship program. All links are in my bio, and the course homepage will give you a free preview to see if it's a good fit for you. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for more content and follow me on this page or my other social media platforms. Take care and take some time today to check in with your inner being. It will thank you. Until next time, take care.